lately I've been mining with the Anaconda. Gives me plenty of room for cargo. Definitely going to need a fuel scoop, collector limpets, refinery, prospector limpet, and the detailed surface scanner is good too. That'll help you determine what rings you ought to mine. And then for hard points, you'll need mining lasers, abrasion blaster, subsurface displacement missile, and a seismic charge launcher. Since I have so many extra hard points, I have beam lasers and missile racks just for the smaller ships that might come and bother you. Usually that'll happen as soon as you enter a zone to start mining, and then if you like log off there and log on again, then you might have some ships pop in on you. Usually they're pretty weak ships, so you can either dodge them, get away, or you can just fight them off and be done with it. So before you go out, you definitely need to make sure that you have limpets. So I have 320 cargo space. I only need like 120 or 30 limpets. They're dirt cheap anyway. Alright, so let's find a place close. Let's see, where's this one? 134, that's not too far. 41, that's even closer. Alright, let's go there. So just 2 jumps away. So pretty much what you need to do is find a system with a ringed planet, and then as soon as you jump into a system, you can go to the discovery scanner and find these planets, and then you would go to the navigation. Whoa, floating up too high there. You can go to the navigation tab for the system and see the status of that planet. Oh, big ship. You'll be looking for the quality of the reserves, and the best quality is pristine. Once you determine it is pristine, then you can fly towards the planet, use your detailed surface scanner, and send a drone to the ring to light it up to see if it's got anything worth mining. So there's 2 different types. Actually there's a few different types, but there's usually icy rings, rocky rings, metallic rings. So depending on the type of material you're going for is what type of ring you're going to want. So the icy rings will have things like low temperature diamonds or void opals. The metallic rings will have painite, and then a few others that are pretty decent.
Frameshift drive charging.
So hopefully when you find that ring, once you do your surface scan on it, it'll light up some hot spots perhaps. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes there are, and there'll be hot spots for all sorts of different types of materials. But you'll want the high dollar ones to make it worth it. So the highest dollar is void opal. So there's been a debate about doing that versus, for instance, finding like overlapping hotspots for double painite. So once you get in the system, you'll use your discovery scanner to ping it to see what systems are in there. Then you'll go to the scanner, and I have this system already scanned, but this system had 56 different bodies in it. So you'll find ones with rings, and then once you scan the systems, find everything, then you can go to your navigation tab for the system map. You'll look at each planet with the ring, and you'll want to get the specs on it. So this tells you it has low reserves, it's a rocky ring, it's only a single ring too, so some of them have double rings, like you'll see on these next ones. Next one, low reserves. It has metal rich ring and an icy ring. So you can find a variety of different things. This next one, icy ring. We got metal rich and icy. This one is icy. Another one, metal rich and icy. Icy. Metal rich, icy. Icy. So the reserves are system wide. So if you look at one and you see it's low reserves, you don't need to bother looking at the others because they're all going to say low reserves. So I just came here because it was the quickest. So pristine reserves you have better chance of finding things. So my bookmark is for, I just have the system, not the planet. Interesting. I wonder which one I did. Well, I'm going to go for an icy ring. So let's go to this first one. Well, the second one. The first one that actually has icing. Icy. So when you get close to it, then you'll be able to use the surface scanner, and then you'll find out if it has anything worth going for. The surface scanner is what you also use to map planets to get bonus points for exploration. And I'm going too fast. I got cruise assist on this one. So I did have super cruise and assist. Alright, that's good enough. Slow down. You don't have to be the this close to scan it. Alright, so it'll tell you when you hit the rings, so that'll be a planet hit. You go out far enough, you'll hit the ring. Then slight gap there, and then I can hit the next ring. So when you scan them,
surface scan complete.
Hot spots will show up. There's not that many. So once you reveal the hot spots, you can go to your navigation tab and it'll tell you what's there. So this has low temperature diamonds, bromelite. There's a void opal hotspot. So let's go there. Go anywhere within that hotspot. I kind of go not quite center, like 2/3 of the way in or so, and then head towards the center. So that's what I'm talking about. The ship just jumped in. Right now he'll scan me, see I have nothing but limpets, and then he'll just fly off. So the very first time you go in, there won't be anything to do. A lot of times you'll also be in systems that have authority ships, so they'll fight them off for you if it comes to that. But because he's just a weak ship, I can also take him out pretty quick too. He's clean, he won't come after me. He's probably going to do his own mining. You'll have to do your cockpit mode switch between combat mode and analysis mode to use the mining gear. So if you're not doing deep core mining, you can just randomly send out your prospectors. Just target them once they get in front of you and see what each asteroid has.
Prospector limpet engaged.
So this has a lot of garbage.
Asteroid scan complete.
But if that's garbage you wanted, you would then go back to, well, you get close enough and then you would use your mining lasers to pick off little pieces here and there. If it's garbage you don't want, go to the contacts tab and you'll be able to put them on an ignore list so your limpets won't go after those items. That'll save you from picking up a lot of stuff and wasting cargo space. So, Icy doesn't have a lot of decent stuff for surface mining. So let me get another prospector out. And it's a lot of garbage.
Asteroid scan complete.
So another tool helpful to have is the pulse wave. Let me turn off my other scanners. discovery, don't need frame shift wave. So pulse wave will scan the asteroids and they'll get brighter if there's something worth getting out of them. Not really valuable, but quantity-wise, like they might have a higher concentration of material content. There might be surface features you can blast out of it.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
Let's see what this one has.
Prospect to limpet engaged.
So again, this is just surface. Oh, there's a
Asteroid scan
couple items.
complete.
So it says surface deposit. So the concentrated surface deposits you use the abrasion blasters for. When they first started doing the mining, you could actually like have multiple abrasion blasters and you would get extra items for each one. So you just blast it off and again use your limpet to go collect it. But that's garbage and I don't want it. It's already on my ignore list. Alright, so let's go back to pulse wave. See if we can find the drill. One that we can drill. It's a little brighter over there. Another trick is to hold down the pulse wave, because usually when you hold it down, the second time it pings it right away, it'll show different characteristics. And it definitely makes it easier for finding ones that have cores that can be opened up.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet engaged.
Okay. So this one over here has one that can be used to drill, so it's subsurface. So this uses the dispersion missile. So you hold it down and target the location. I'm gonna have to wait for that to swing around again. Alright, so I'm gonna shoot it and hold down the oh, wrong button. Ah, I totally botched it. Shot the wrong one. Shot the seismic charge instead of the dispersion missile. Yeah, some asteroids spin pretty quick. Catch it on the flip side again. Right this time. Oh, come on. There we go. You gotta hold it down. See the bottom left? When it hits the blue section, then you let go of the trigger. And it'll blow chunks out. You can usually do the same spot 3, sometimes 4 times, but usually 3. So you just wait for it to come around again. And try to take another shot at it. There we go. Okay, so there's only 2 in that spot, so that disappeared. The other spot was surface, so again, abrasion blaster for that one. Alright, so let's find something with a core. is where a lot of miners prefer faster ships so they can fly through faster, but then that sacrifices cargo space. I don't think this is one. They're actually a lot brighter, but I'll hit this with the prospector just to be sure. Yeah, it does not. So when you're doing the deep core mining, you know, you can't find them as frequently. But if you're just going to do surface mining, depending on the location, such as the double painite hotspots, almost every asteroid's going to have something you want out of it. So you actually get a lot more pretty quickly. What some people are suggesting now is to wing up, be in a wing when you're mining, so that way you can each mine the same asteroid. Only for surface mining. The deep core doesn't work that way. So for instance, if I found one that had the materials I wanted, I would have 100% of that and you would have 100% of that. And then you try to time it so you both fill up your cargo space at the same time, then you go to the same station to cash in, and there's also profit sharing, so you get 100% of the things you mined, and then you get, I think it's 5% of the value of what I mined, and vice versa, so I would get 5% from what you mined. It's not taking 5%, it's an additional bonus just for being in the wing. Where's that deep core? It is definitely easier to do this on the dark side of a planet or whatever, or when the sun's set, I guess. You'll see how bright the oranges can get a lot easier. So again, I'm just holding down the pulse, just looking here and there. Definitely easier to do this in VR, to look around easier while you scan. I'm not using it right now, I'm just using the head look. These asteroids might have something, but oh, I switched. But yeah, they're definitely a much brighter glow when they have a core worth opening up. Start seeing a lot more black lines, that also hints that it might have something in it. No, Not sure. No, I don't think this one is.
Programming limpet drone.
Bright, but not bright enough.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Maybe I should have chosen the other location. Ah, there we go. That one definitely had better markings. See, it'll get darker and darker the more I ping it. There we go, perfect.
Programming limpet drone.
There we go. So bottom left you see core detected void opals.
Asteroid scan complete.
So now at this point is when you use the seismic charge. You'll see all these asteroid fissures in the contacts. There'll be varying degrees. You'll see low strength, average. Oh, there's also a high strength, but this one doesn't have any. So for this one, low strength, you can use fewer charges, which is good. So there we go, low strength. Wrong one, seismic charge. So this one you charge up. And then at the top right you'll see the yield. So that was a full charge on a low. Now I kind of need like a medium charge on another low. Oh, I got a little bit into the blue, but not enough. If it goes above the blue into the red, what you would want to do then is disarm the charge. And then once you disable the charge on a location, that location disappears. So you'll want to find another one. So I definitely need to do a higher charge on it. I could have just like done a really low charge on one of them. There we go. So I got a little bit into the red with the blue. You can either wait for the detonation time or set it off yourself.
Detonation in 10 seconds. Sensor disruption. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So when you blow up an asteroid, you'll get a whole bunch of chunks freed. Anywhere from like 9 to 15 or so. And then you'll also have all these surface deposits then show up. And everything will be voidable. So now I have collector limpets going out, picking up the freed chunks. And then I will also use the abrasion blaster to free up the other chunks. So you can fly around to get a better angle or just wait for the asteroid to line up for you. You'll see my indicator change when it's locked on the target. So makes it easier to know when you're on target. So I actually just free everything as soon as I can. They're not quite full chunks, but they're usually 2/3 of the way. Oh, these look like they're more 50%-ish. Alright, let me free up some more of these.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
You can go through a handful of limpets when you're in close quarters like this. That is all the chunks. All the surface deposits are taken care of. So now I got a handful of void opals. You can ignore that galactic average because that's not the price you want to sell it at. So once your cargo's full and you're ready to sell, you'll want to go to Inara Cargo.cz. Go to the market. And you want to look for void opals. Enter the star system you're in. So I am currently in LHS 28. It should auto-populate. Do the search. And then best sell. You can see the best price right now is 1.6 million, almost 1.7 million. And that's at a system 50 light years away from where I'm at now. So always make sure you check the prices depending on the ship. Make sure you check the landing pad. I'm in the Anaconda, so I have to have a large pad. But depending on the ship you're in, you could probably get away with medium. Medium, of course, will give you more options. But again, your cargo, you won't be able to hold as much. So Ross 1015 is where I want to go to dump these. It's just going to be 2 jumps away.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Gotta clear the mass lock of the asteroids, and then I can make my jump.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
that Super Cruise Assist. That's very helpful.
Scan detected. Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Alright, let's see what they offer.
Landing successful. Engines disengaged.
So, commodities market. Let's sell void opals for 1.659. So it's not exactly what it said it would go for, but it's close enough. So that's definitely worth it. Alright, let's sell them all. It's 21 million. That's pretty quick. And of course, when you do that, you'll raise your trade rank, which is good. Another way to help you mine, let me find that other website. Let's see, here we go. edtools.ddns.net/miner. You say what system you're in, and then you pick what you want. So for instance, I'm at Ross 1015, and I want to mine void opals. Let's see what it says. It will give you, oh, doesn't show where to mine it, but it'll tell you where to sell it. If I went for Paynite, this is what I was talking about for double Paynite, where there's overlapping hotspots. Paynite's something you can surface mine. So again, almost every asteroid is going to have something worth going for. And here's single. So it'll tell you where to find it and the closest place you can sell it. So this isn't valued as much as void opal, but they're trying to make up for it with the quick turnaround. You can go, you can load up your cargo quicker and then sell quicker, and then, you know, your profits equal out. So that's it. That's the basics. I'll go ahead and fly to the double Paynite I have. Let's see where that's at. There we go. So this one's a few jumps out. Hades sector DBX. Let's see what it said before. Yeah, that's exactly where it was telling me to go. That's the closest place to where I am now. jumps.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship released. Access corridor is clear.
Oh, come on. Big ships are never fun to fly out of those things.
Observing steady traffic in this sector. Caution is advised.
Frameshift drive charging.
You are clear to resume own navigation. Safe travels, Commander.
3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Alright, a couple more jumps.
Fuel scooping. Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging.
I had bookmarked the planet itself, so once I get into the system, it should already be highlighted and I can just fly straight to it.
3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Did not. Let's see. Oh, there it is.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So once I get there, I'll show you the detailed surface scan again of the rings and then point out the hotspots. Because I've already scanned this system, once I get close, the hotspots should populate on my navigation tab. So I got all these hotspots. This one was loaded with them. So some of them are valuable, they're just not as valuable as the painite. So yeah, look at all these hotspots already lit up. So again, you would go to the surface scan, you would ping a ring, and all these hotspots will show up. So this double painite is down here, looks like. Nope, that's a different one. See, a lot of these just overlap. There's a painite there. Is it over here? There it is. So there's painite 1, painite 2, overlapping rings, overlapping spots. So all you have to do is go anywhere between and just start mining almost everything. So again, just jumped in, so it's possible some other ships might jump in after me. But I have nothing in my cargo, so there's nothing to go for. For this one, I just need prospectors, collectors, and mining lasers. Because this is just going to be on the surface. Is that a ship just jumped in? Okay, yep. A courier. Looks like he's heading right for me. Lawless area.
Scan detected.
Funsies, I'll kill him too. So the other guy's probably mining asteroids anyway. Oh, looks like my missile got him. He's at 5%. I'll never catch him though. He's way too fast. So another good thing about killing the small ships, they'll just drop materials you need, so you can just pick them up with your limpets since you're already out here picking up stuff. So again, I'm here looking for painite, and look, this one's 43% painite. Majority of these asteroids are going to have lots of stuff. Some people will say if the material content's low, don't bother, but whatever. I honestly don't care. I'll take anything that's got it.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop deployed.
You can get close enough. This one's a pretty good one because it's not, the asteroid's not moving around too much. But you hear how the limpets are just going in and out really fast. So just get close enough so that they'll keep coming out. You don't really need more than 2 mining lasers. Definitely more than 1 helps.
Asteroid depleted.
So once it's depleted, you can just wait for your drones to pick it all up. So for situations like this, I mean, I have a pretty big hopper, but I don't really need a big one since I'm only going for certain materials. In this situation, it helps because I can have my cargo full plus my hoppers full, so get an extra 8, 9, 10 depending on how many slots you have in your hopper. $10, $43. What else we got? Is that it? Nothing else? Oh, guess that is it. Alright. So in a situation, or in this, I've had very good luck in this place where, again, I'm at one asteroid. Let me go to the very next asteroid that I come across, and most likely it will have painite as well. Yep, 23% painite.
Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, you just keep going one to the other and just fill up your cargo. So, double painite works out pretty good.
Programming limpet drone.
And again, these are selling for 770,000 or so a piece. They do go more than that sometimes. Let me deplete this and then look it up.
Asteroid depleted.
Alright, so let's look that up. So we want painite. last sell. Oh, it's up to 794,000. Not bad. So again, it adds up really quick. I mean, say for instance I'm getting at least 770. And I have 320 space. Oh, I did that wrong. Times 320. Cash in 246 million. That'll buy almost any ship, if not every one of them. So adds up quick. You should be able to. So for instance, for me, it would take me 3 hours or so to fill my cargo. So, you know, it'd be 246 million a night, or I can just spread it over multiple nights. So it works pretty good. Mining is definitely the way to go if you want fast cash. So that's it. That's the quick way to mine. So there you have it.